Hello everyone, we are live at Epic headquarters. Those were our top 5 videos of the week. Make sure you go and you vote for the top 5 of the season. I think David's going to put the address up in the chat. This is the last day to vote, so make sure you go and vote because the winners are going to get some cool prizes, and there's some really great videos there. And then after they're all chosen, Zacubus will put together a really cool video for the top 5 for the year. Nice. So yeah, go vote. There's some really great videos. It takes a little while to get through them all, but it's definitely worth the watch because there's some great videos. Yeah. As you can see, I have my
Stacy has powered up.
On.
We couldn't find her jump boots, but we found her big hands.
So Zach Parrish brought these back from PSX. Epic was at PSX this weekend.
We were.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, what's going on here? Oh my goodness, I need to
Stacy is talking.
Sorry about that.
But is not talking.
So, play Paragon. Paragon.com. Go and sign up for the beta. We have a great video that apparently a lot of people want to see. Has a lot of views.
Well, there was a couple people at Epic that worked on it too.
Yeah, just a few people.
1,000.
So this is my opportunity because we had this huge email thread going. Wow, well done to everyone at Epic who worked on that video because it was fantastic. Even the gameplay video was fantastic. And what was really cool was watching people see it, and watch it live and in the chat, and they're going, "Oh, CG."
Yes.
And
all in engine.
All in engine. And so there were also a lot of people who were sticking up and saying, "Hey, this is epic. Have you seen UT? Have you seen how awesome it is and how beautiful it is?" So, great job to everybody involved with making it. Go sign up. It looks like it's going to be a blast. And I think that they're going to start having people play early next year. So go do that. And thank you, Zach Parrish, for that. This was actually from Capcom, the Capcom Cup that they had on the morning after PSX.
They're also for punching people.
They're also and Street Fighter. This is from Street Fighter 5.
Too crazy.
Yeah. Street Fighter 5, also in Unreal Engine.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Thank you, Zach. Okay, we have a lot of things to get over here. We have changes coming in 4.11.
Yeah, so I think we talked about...
When did we switch over?
Last...
we started switching over.
Started switching over about 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going... So we were on 4.8. And we've been on 4.8 since May. And we jumped not to 4.9 or 4.10, but we're actually jumping to 4.11, which is not out yet. So it's not...
That deep dive.
Yeah. But that's great, because that gets us back up in sync with where the engine team is. We can take advantage of all the cool stuff that has been added and is being added right now. There's a lot of focus right now on performance and stability for the engine, which is going to really benefit Unreal Tournament as well. Let's see, to go through some of the specific things. I mean, go through the 4.9 and 4.10 change notes on UnrealEngine.com to see a lot of the big things.
Are we taking every single thing that they've done, or are we hand selecting?
Nope,
okay,
everything.
cool. Awesome.
At this point, we've taken everything.
Awesome.
And going forward, we may do some intermediate hand-selected updates for stuff that's key, and now it's a lot easier for us to do that. Like, we were kind of hamstrung since we were so far out of sync with them before that we couldn't take really valuable updates, and now it'll be easier. So let's see, some of the things that were mentioned specifically, the artists were excited about ambient occlusion masking, parallax occlusion mapping, and pixel depth offset function.
Words.
And those sound really cool.
Magic.
They're very nice tools to make the maps look better by getting rid of seams and shadows and all this other stuff that kind of plagues the art team. That they've been waiting a long time for this stuff, so they're very excited about it.
We'll also be able to get our social menus, all the friends lists and friends functionality and messaging and stuff like that, back fully functional and up to date with the rest of where the rest of Epic's games are. Like I said, we expect to hopefully we'll see some immediate performance benefits, but also there's a lot of performance work being done right now that we'll be able to take advantage of. One of the other things that actually we have some guys from that we're looking at both internally and with and working with Microsoft on DX12, and that'll be that we expect that once it gets optimized to provide a benefit for UT in a couple of ways. One is that DX12 is more CPU efficient, and we're typically now CPU render thread bound, so that should really help with UT performance. And then the other is that DX12 is supposed to reduce by 1 frame the lag between input and seeing it on the screen.
Ah,
so that
there's
should help with
questions.
with
Mouse input, yay.
Nice.
Nobody cares about that though. They're very quiet about mouse input in the forum.
Yes.
That's one of the questions
We've got,
today, actually.
we're also updating to lots of our back-end feature systems, like how we do inventory and stuff like that, to really be more ready for making continued progress in the future. What we had till now was kind of a prototype that let us test these systems, but it wasn't really robust and usable. I'm sure people have had problems with losing their inventory or whatever, so that should help address those things. Specifically with Mac, I know we've been doing a lot of work in the engine on Mac performance and using the metal interface and things like that, and that's also something that we'll be able to get into UT now. So all in all, there'll be lots of cool stuff, but it's been a relatively challenging upgrade, although not too bad.
Send Pete a cookie. He needs it.
Yeah,
but we're
I
still
heard
not
Pete's wearing
we're still not done. So what that means is that we're not going to be able to put a build out in December for everyone with that. But we'll have a build in January with hopefully a lot of cool new stuff. And we're actually also we've slowed down on game feature work for the last couple of weeks just because we're all focused on getting this the 4.11 update fully functional. So. But the level designers and artists are still making progress, and we'll have lots of cool stuff in the January build from them. So stick around, check out Paragon, check out Shadow Complex also. I don't know if we...
Shadow Complex!
Yeah, that's really...
Yeah, it's available for free now on the launcher. I'm sure most of you have already noticed and played it. A lot of people have been playing it. People are doing speed runs and stuff. So we got together with the guys over at Chair because they're our buds, and we actually have something...
Yeah, so we actually released this yesterday. Talking to the guys over at Shadow Complex, it was always a super fun game. That there was a large crossover for various reasons with the people who played UT. And as Stacy said, a lot of us were just fans around the office.
Yep.
So we talked to the guys at Chair, and we were able to get the Omega Armor, which was kind of the ultimate power upgrade in Shadow Complex, available in UT. I think Shelly has some screenshots that we can show.
Yes.
So we got the Omega Armor working in UT. It is a free download that you can grab from the launcher.
It's so cool.
It's another armor variant for Tay, but at the same time, I think it's super cool because it's the first one we have that has an actual pattern to the armor. It's shiny and more metal looking as opposed to some of the more plasticky stuff we've done in the past. It has the cool Shadow Complex logo on the shoulder, so you can look like you're part of the opposition and all that fun stuff.
Your Shadow Complex love. So this isn't exactly as it was in Shadow Complex. Who was working on it here?
It was Rick and I who put it together.
Awesome.
And yeah, we didn't do a straight one for one. It was more kind of inspired by.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
And we just wanted to kind of do an homage to them, and we ran it by them, and they were super excited about it as well.
Here's all the different colors. I love it in red. I think it looks so cool. Yeah. I like the blue too, but the red looks like extra special.
But I'm always partial to blue.
Yeah, so great job and a lot of fun. If you want to show people, I'm sure everybody who's watching right now knows how to do it. But for people who watch this later, maybe if we can show them how to grab it.
Can you switch to the launcher?
Right screen.
There you go.
So I did something on the blog. There's a blog post that explains it a little bit, but maybe if people can see it.
Yeah, all you gotta do is just go to the marketplace.
The UT marketplace.
Yeah, I'm sorry. In the Unreal Tournament tab, go to the UT marketplace, and the first item in accessories is the Omega Armor, and then just click on free.
Yep.
And voila, it is now yours.
Next time you open the game,
next time you load the game, it'll be there waiting for you.
Yeah. And speaking of that, if anyone watching this stream has not yet gotten the free levels, the DM Leah and Pistola that were created by our community members, they're also available for free in the marketplace. So be sure to get those as well while you're there.
Pistola, Leah, available for free. Download now.
And some cool stuff to buy too, which is awesome.
And these are all community-made stuff as well. So support the team. People love the cardboard box. I see that all over the place now. So people love the skull mask. People have always loved the skull mask.
I know. I can't believe how many people have the cardboard box.
Yeah. And we actually have a couple bots that are wearing these things. Not the cardboard, because that's a little silly. But all the others are being worn by bots as well. So you can buy access to them for yourself.
Very, very, very cool.
Nice.
Yeah, nice job on that. Congratulations to Chair. It's been really successful. I remember back when we had the Shadow Complex forums on part of the Epic forums, Laura Mustard, who works over at Chair, would come in and say, "Oh, the people there are so nice." I said, "That's because they're the UT people."
Well, you were their community.
Yeah,
manager for a
I
while,
did
weren't
their
you?
community stuff for a while, and there was just such a great crowd because it was mostly UT people, and this was like one of their first experiences with Xbox, and they were like, "Wow, Xbox is cool." After the years of the PC console argument, and everybody always did ask for it to come to PC, so here it is, a little gift from the Chair.
And I'm hoping that as we move down the road, we can do more stuff kind of like this that say do something
Something in
in
this
UT,
game.
unlock something in one of Epic's other games, or vice versa. And I think that would be a good way to kind of
Cross-pollinate.
build Epic's brand as a whole. So
Yep,
good
and
times.
it's very, very cool stuff. Make sure you grab it now because after the holidays it'll be gone forever. You'll have to purchase it after that. So tell your friends to go out and grab
it
it.
won't be gone. It'll just be right now. It's free. So
It's free. It'll be for sale. And
That's the game. The armor will always be free.
the armor is always going to be there, and also it's going to be coming to PS4 and Xbox One. So
Next year.
Okay, we have more cool stuff. So one of the things of not putting out a build, it affords us some time to actually go in and see what the community's doing. And Pete pointed something out to us, which I loved, being such a huge fan of Bulletstorm. And one of the guys, Megasporic, is that how you say his name?
I believe so.
He did a take on the Bulletstorm bouncer.
Yep.
And this was the bouncer. It shot out that big cannonball and bounced away. This game was so much fun, and it had some really crazy weapons. And this was one of the favorites and one of the most fun to use. And I'll let you take over about what he's working on right now.
Yeah, basically he actually downloaded the actual mesh from Bulletstorm, which ironically or funny enough was modeled by Gabriel, who's now with us here at Epic. He's also the modeler who did the scar for us, so it's kind of come full circle.
Scar on the neck was female, I think, as well.
Yeah, we can do this because this isn't an official Epic weapon. This is just a mod for fun, and the guys at PCF were gracious enough to allow us to use the mesh itself.
We love those guys.
But what he did was he did all the hard work of actually getting the mesh, transferring the animations, getting the functionality hooked up. So this is a in-game shot from UT4 to where you can actually go to the thread, which we'll put in the chat or we'll post, to where you can actually go download this and play it with your friends on custom servers, right? So it's not an official new Epic weapon or anything. But what's really cool about it, it just shows that if you have the desire and the motivation, even if you're not a modeler, you can still kind of figure out a way to get your ideas in the game and to learn the engine better. And pretty much anything that you do in the engine is going to further your knowledge. So just getting in there and doing things like this, taking an existing thing. Now, obviously, you'd have to, if it was some other company, you'd have to have legal approval to do it. But since we're doing these mods for fun, you can have a little bit more wiggle room.
And he did all the functionality as well. It's
Absolutely.
It's not just a model.
Yeah.
So you can go in and through Blueprint, you can create your own weapons and create your own weapon functionality. So there's more to it than just getting the model in. I mean, this is the full gun with all the functionality. So it's pretty awesome.
It's so fun
Yeah,
too.
absolutely.
There you can see it actually does work, and it has.
I mean, he even did
physics
custom
attached.
death effect and
Oh,
everything.
yeah.
Like he went whole hog on this.
No,
it's awesome.
it is definitely quite a bit of work that went into it. And so congrats to him. Very, very cool stuff.
It's
I
so
encourage
awesome.
everybody to download it and play with it and give them feedback.
And I will post a link when I post the story on the blog. And there's also a video in the thread too that you guys can watch. It was a little bit longer, so I didn't bring it over, but it's really cool to see a different weapon. And plus it has it feels very Bulletstorm. So it's really super cool. And thank you so much to the guys over at Bulletstorm, especially Sebastian, who said, "Oh, we love this idea. Please go for it." So they were really happy to see this.
Now, if somebody could get the whip to go with our slide booth,
Oh my
we can
goodness.
just have Bulletstorm and UT.
Can I please kick people?
I think it's probably a bit more of a challenging port.
Somebody at the beginning of when we started here said, "When can we have the spectator chat back?" Steve took note of that, and it is actually something that they want to work on. Not for it to be always on, but if you have a server that you're running and you want people in the chat to be able to, that are spectating, to be able to talk to people who are playing, that's going to be something that's...
No, that's something, I mean, yeah, I think this is not the first time we've seen that comment. It is on our list, and it's been on our list. I mean, the reality is we have 5,000 things like that on our list, so we're always having to prioritize what are the things that are going to make the most difference in terms of helping us move the game forward and helping more people test. And so it's not that we don't think that's the right thing to do. It's just we haven't had time to get around to it. It's unfortunately little features like that are always. I mean, it's easy to implement, but it always takes a little longer than you'd expect, just because of testing and handling all the different situations and making sure that it saves to the profile correctly if you're saving the profile or whatever
you can't
things
cheat
you do.
and
So
all that sort of stuff.
yeah. So we will do that. We hear you, and we agree that that's something that's valuable to have.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of people from the past games who I talk to say, hey, I just like to sit and watch. I'm not really that great. I just like to watch people play. So.
Well, I would love to
Chance
see
to
more
come
people
soon.
spectating in general, especially with Showdown in now. Like, it's a really good opportunity to learn how to play the game and just kind of hang out and talk to people. So use it.
Yeah, UT's always been a pretty social game, so that's something that's important.
Fun game type to spectate for sure.
So you have a little surprise for us?
Yes. I know I've been absent from modeling any weapons
way
lately.
Too long.
Yes, we've been doing a lot of miscellaneous kind of housekeeping in the transition to 4.11 and all kinds of stuff, so haven't been doing much on that front, but I'm finally back modeling. Not on weapons, though. One of the fun things that we want to announce is we're finally getting to one of my favorite things, one of the things I've been looking forward to since I started on the UT team, which is the Corrupt faction.
Yes.
So getting some robots in the game.
And what are we looking at here? This is a...
So this is a concept that Adam did, now that he's in-house.
Gooba.
Yes, you may know him as Gooba, the almighty Gooba. This is a concept that he did, and basically what we're doing with the new Corrupt bots is we're trying to figure out how they will kind of progress with their technology. And so what you're seeing here is a very early kind of exploring shapes and stuff, but more importantly, this is what we would consider kind of the base design robot. So this is when the Leandri first developed them. They weren't meant for combat, they were meant for industry and for service jobs and things along those lines, but they've been repurposed for now to work in the tournament, but they haven't been custom built for the tournament. So what we're doing is we're kind of laying down the foundation, the bones of the bots, and then these will kind of evolve and grow into what they end up manufacturing for purpose-built tournament bots. So don't think of this concept as kind of the set in stone. All of our bots are going to look like this. Think of it as this is just the base entry-level bot, and he's going to grow and evolve into a more militaristic tournament-specific bot. So what I've been doing is roughing this in geometry, and next week I will have some renders for you guys. 'Cause I know
yes!
it's been way too long since I've shared some renders with everybody, and so really looking forward to that in next week's stream.
I don't want to give it away too much, but I really like the approach that you took of being Pete. He built from the inside out, which is totally cool because it's
Because Pete likes Mickey Biddles.
And I think
because
also,
it seems functional as well as just cool looking.
and I think it's also going to be really useful. I think one of the things I think will be really cool to talk about next week is how you're building them and how they're customizable and how I mean, the community can help.
Shh, don't give it away.
Articulation,
It's going to be really cool. You guys should not
modularity.
miss next week.
Basically, I want everybody to get in on the Mechie Bit of Fun with me, and so we're going to try and get stuff in modular pieces, and we, like I said, we'll have lots of fun news for next week, and hopefully some sexy renders with some nice shiny Mechie Biddles. And I'm very, very excited because I've been doing a ton of miscellaneous stuff, which always has to be done when you're in full development making games, but been having a blast just straight focusing on modeling for the past couple of weeks, so excited to share
That's awesome
that.
to hear too. It's great that you're able to do that. I actually changed your title for the stream because you're senior artist mechanical. I changed you to senior mech artist. So. I was going to make
take
it senior Mickey Biddle artist, but it wouldn't fit. So
Is that not corporate enough?
Senior Mickey artist.
yeah, so this is really
Love
exciting,
Mickey
and
Biddles.
a lot of people have been asking about the Corrupt and when we're going to start doing some robots. So very cool.
Yeah.
I've always enjoyed the robots too, especially
Absolutely.
in the last few games have been just incredible. So really excited to see.
Yeah, and I definitely apologize for not sharing any weapon stuff. Just hasn't been in the pipeline right now.
Chris UT4 is really looking forward to some bio.
Yes,
stuff,
we
so.
have some great stuff still going on in the weapons thread, and I definitely try to pop in once or twice a week. As always, guys, if you have something that you want me to look at or give feedback on and I somehow miss it in the forums, feel free to PM me. That's the easiest way, and I'll respond within the day, usually within a few hours. So if
He's better at that than most of us.
I try to get in there and still see what you guys are doing. There's still some really cool things going on in the weapons forum, so everybody keep up the great work.
Yep. Yeah, it's really fun to be able to show a lot of the community work that's being done now.
Mhm.
So keep it up. One of the questions actually, well, I'll just get to the questions for today. Let's see here. This is from Barsum2A. Really like how the game develops, and I'm really enjoying your weekly stream. A thing that's annoying those for several months, the weapon priority bug. Will that be fixed for the next build? He gives a link to it, so I'm not exactly sure
Yeah,
what's going on.
That has to do with custom content on servers, I thought.
No, I think this is we're not saving weapon priorities correctly.
Yeah.
We partly fixed it last time, but it did not fully work. So I think there was two problems. There was weapon
See, even
priority.
the game acknowledges that sniper rifle is best rifle, Steve.
Yes. Anyway, yes, it's a known issue. It's on our list. I agree that I certainly hope and expect it'll be fixed. Like it's one of the things I think needs to be fixed for the next
Okay.
build. Yeah.
He would also like us to bring back greed as an official game type.
I would love that. That's
I have that on my Christmas
on that
list.
5,000
Christmas
list.
to work at home list. I think it's a really cool game type. I think there's interesting things we can explore to go further with it. It's just it's kind of cool because it's an objective game type that's really easy that you don't have you can play coordinated as a team or uncoordinated. So I think it's got a lot of potential. I've always really enjoyed that.
I know when we were playing over the Halloween holiday, it was like every time a skull would fly out, I'd be like, I miss greed.
Well, and that's the other thing. Now we have a skull, so it'll be easy for me to do without any.
And speaking of the Halloween, Many Beers has said, any hint on what challenges may be coming up? Not that I don't have 6,000 pumpkins yet.
We don't have the next set of challenges figured out. One of the things that we did add support for, that's actually in the current build, but we're not using it yet because we wanted to really make sure that we had a good set of interesting, like it's not just rehashes of here play deathmatch with these guys kind of thing, but we have support now for daily challenges, so we'll be able to start just giving people a new challenge several times a week. But we want the challenges to be more than just play a CTF match in this level. We want and maybe even with mutators, but have like more interesting variety. So some of the challenges will be like that, but there might also be challenges that are time based or situational or you're 3 minutes left.
Some of them will be require an investment of your time. Some will require an investment of your skill, but you won't have to do all of them. So it'll all it'll be let you play the way you want to play.
Oh, I was actually asked in one of the games I was playing, are we ever going to have any like weird little ones like you killed Tay 25 times or with a sniper rifle or weird things that are
I mean this system gives us the option to do any of.
You only have a sniper rifle finished with headshots only or something. Like that.
I mean we can do all kinds of different scenarios.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. So Naka, he wants to know, what is the status of automated matchmaking, and would you like the community to help? If yes, how can we help? That was my segue from two things ago.
That's on our too big list of really important things to look at. I want to go spend some time. I think it's both matchmaking and then also our skill ranking systems. Those things really kind of tie together, and I'm going to try to do a pass on that in the next few weeks. I don't know if it'll be in the next build. It was one of the things I hope to get in the next build, but yeah, we want to get to the point where I mean kind of going to be a ranked match. We're not going to call it, probably going to call it ranked matchmaking, but a ranked matchmaking, which is a more formal competitive system where there's no join in progress and you play these
Hardcore
matches and
rule
it's more
sets.
hardcore. Yeah, and then so that's one of the parts that we want to develop, and then also at the same time we want to improve the more casual quick match approach, make that more robust, make that have match skills better, allow join in progress, but try to really get people to get in at the start of the match instead of having so much join in progress like there is now. So we realize there's a lot of work to do there. That's a really important part of making the game better.
Matchmaking is a very, very difficult thing. It's a lot more complicated than people give it credit for.
So we're hoping now also to benefit from some of the matchmaking work that some of the other teams in our studio are doing. That's another thing that we'll be exploring early next year, is how much we can take advantage of that. So yeah, important topic that we'll be focusing on soon.
Neko would also like to know, can you summarize your thoughts on the Halloween seasonal, good, bad, and the ugly, and what we learned?
I cannot believe how much time people will spend farming pumpkins.
Yes. The grind is real.
And certainly that's not our goal, and we're kind of playing around with and having fun. I mean, but to me, it's I want to have interesting challenges that are part of you enjoying playing UT, as opposed to, I mean, maybe people really like farming pumpkins, so I don't want to take that away from people, but that felt like it was kind of a diversion from really playing the game. Yeah. And so I'd rather have challenges. So I mean, that's one of the things we're learning about. It's interesting to see what kind of things are meaningful to people, what kind of things capture people's attention. So we learned a little bit from that. I mean, it certainly was a good way to get some people to come in and try the game out. Yep. I actually thought, separately from pumpkin farming, the spooky face was a really cool variant on the face. I mean, I think it's kind of
the Redeemer, the
Boom
Broom
like that.
was awesome.
People were kind of disappointed that they weren't going to have that forever.
Yeah.
But also, I think that's part of the magic, right? That's what makes it special. I think if we did stuff like that all the time, every holiday that always stayed in, the game would just bloat, and none of that stuff would be special. Yeah. And as much as people complain about the pumpkin farming, we also saw a big increase in the time people were spending in servers, and so we want to figure out a way that doesn't exploit people, but still gives people the opportunity to go in and have a good time and just play.
Focus more on skill-based challenges versus grunt work.
Well, I mean, not every challenge has to be a skill-based challenge. It can just be, hey, I'm having fun playing with my friends.
Absolutely.
So there's a balance there.
Let's see. Neko's also planning on organizing a small tournament in early 2016 in Finland. Is it okay to organize one? Who should he contact? He should contact me. It's definitely not too early. We would absolutely love it if you would show the maps that are finished. If you guys play on the maps that are finished, so people can see what the game looks like and everything. And just contact me and we can set something up. And we can send you some prizes to give out too. Yep. Jim does a lot talking to people, like at ESL and stuff like that. So we're really eager for people to start playing in tournaments and, DreamHack and stuff like that, to bring your own computer thing. So yeah, anytime you guys want to have a tournament, a LAN tournament, or a LAN party, just contact me and we'll see what we can do.
Or contact Zacubus. He's another good one.
Zacubus is
because he will be able to hook you up with everything you need to get replays on Frag Center and help promote in our social channels and all that, and he can also bring things up with
he's also in a closer time zone too, so you can talk to him at any time. He's always there as well, so if you email me, I can either put you in touch with him or you can reach out to him in the forum. So are you happy with the new server's network performance stability compared to the old ones?
That's more a question for the community. I mean, our anecdotal evidence is that the metal game servers are probably better quality than the others. That's also on my list for the next build, is to have a HUD widget so that debugging for looking at comparing those and really giving us more than anecdotal evidence, but some real numbers to back up that those are better.
We've been trying to do our Friday tests in those servers, but it just hasn't. We haven't, because of all the other stuff that's been going on. We haven't had a chance yet. So
I mean, the goal is to figure out what works best, what the right trade-offs are, and then move all our servers to the optimal configuration. So, yeah, we're going to continue looking into that, and like I said, try to gather some more robust data so that we can make a good decision.
His last question is, when do we get more Luckies stickers for Zacubus's weekly top 5 done. We just got in a new shipment. I've been shipping them out from here. But I'm not as speedy as Zacubus is. He's right on.
Yeah.
He sends about the same day. I go to pile up for a little bit and then send him out. So I'm going to send him another pile along with some pins and some other stuff too. So
We've also been working on an in-game item so that the people who win will have a unique cosmetic item that other people don't have. And we want it to be something
That's super
special,
cool.
not just
Yeah, that'd be really
color
awesome.
variant or whatever. So we're working on something that'll be unique for those guys.
we'll still keep giving these away too, though.
Yeah.
Because everybody seems to like.
Oh yeah.
this.
Well, you can put it in
Epic
the car,
sticker.
the refrigerator,
Yep.
the forehead, whatever.
Let's see. Oh, there's a very controversial one coming up. But
I'm
first.
done. Bye.
But first, Loraxis wants to know if we could get a work in progress tab on the marketplace for maps. So we've kind of already addressed that with the.
Yeah, I mean, that is a very big technical question, as well as us figuring out what exactly we want to do and how we want to handle the community-built map process. Sid has a lot of really good ideas on how to handle that. We have a lot of other ideas on how to implement. I don't know, Steve.
I guess what I would say for now, it's going to be a while before we have our final process for that all figured out. Our first step was, we were putting a set of custom maps
map hubs.
on the hubs. I think they're going to be on all the hubs actually, so you
Oh,
can
really?
play the maps.
Oh, nice.
So, as we see those maps making progress and getting good feedback, and we see that they're becoming, then it's possible we'll have a step even before they're officially on the marketplace, or we have an in-progress version of them in the marketplace. But that kind of, I think we're going to have to figure that out organically. Our first step is to get these maps on our hubs so that we can get more people playing them, see how how that helps the map designers continue to make progress on those maps. We really want to support that, and we need to figure out how to do it better, because getting good maps from the community is a really important part of what's going to make UT successful.
Yeah, I mean, like Steve said, ideally there'll be a separate part of the marketplace that's kind of like a staging area for work in progress stuff, but that requires work with people other than just the UT team, and there's a lot of issues we need to work out. So.
And we've talked about lots of ideas. We started talking about this back in the GDC timeframe when we first. So it's something we've certainly been thinking about for a long time. We just don't have the resources. It's not something that the UT team could make happen by ourselves, even if we had the time to really focus on it. But we've also just had so much other stuff to focus on that we haven't really been able to move forward as much as we'd like to on it. So. And this is now the controversial one.
Well, I thought that was the controversial. I was gonna say that was easy.
Thoughts, plans for Hit Sound? They are so satisfying and addicting.
Dink, 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 dink.
There's not only dinks.
Dink,
Just remember that.
Dink,
Just
dink.
remember.
We are continuing to make some progress on the feedback. So I guess no. I
And curtain call.
No, it's a valid question. I would rather solve that. I totally agree with you on really good feedback and what was it? Did you call it addicting?
Addicting.
But yeah, that gives you feedback on hits and stuff like that. I would rather solve this with an in-world sound.
Yeah.
But I
have
will
done-
agree at the very least, just like our player skins. We don't want to do bright skins, but we haven't gotten our skins visible enough.
Yep.
Same with hits. I'd rather not do hit sounds, but I agree that our hit feedback is not good enough yet.
We did
So-
do some tweaks in both of those areas. I don't think I got them in for the most recent build, but afterwards, where skins are a little bit brighter, more saturated than they used to be, and they show up a little bit closer, so you'll get that kind of more visibility at a closer range. So that should help a little bit. The people who have seen it in the build seem to like that so far, so maybe that solves some of our problem. Our skins do still need some work, and then we also did some more sound work. I created a separate sound channel that overrides all others. So for armor getting hit and player sounds and things like that, those sounds will play for you slightly louder.
Getting an effects artist
it's
in
subtle,
as
right?
well
So
for
yeah.
hit stuff. it's a combination
Getting a
of
tech
all the
artist would be
things.
very
Yeah.
good.
So-
FX artist, yeah.
Getting a tech artist back, getting an effects artist back, and being able to hit it on all sides, on visuals, on feedback, on materials, on sound,
Yeah.
and so we're very aware of it, and it definitely needs work, but we're
Our goal is to do these things without the crutch of a bright skin and a hit sound and all that, but to actually make the game work and feel the way it should as a unified whole. And that's not going to happen right overnight. We'll continue to refine it.
And I think somebody else is working on a competitive mod out there too. So,
Oh yeah.
so if you're right now, if it's something you have to have, I think somebody is actually working on it.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I read that. One of the things that was suggested was go out and find some games that you like that have not hit sounds specifically, but sounds that make you realize that you're actually hitting somebody, and let us know, and we'll go check it out and
Yeah.
see if it's something.
I would go further than that. I would love to see people posting feedback on, sounds, HUD feedback on not just on hits, but like on everything. Like certainly, there's looking at the Overwatch HUD. There's a lot of really cool things that they do really well that we're like, oh,
We could learn
that's
from,
yeah,
for
we
sure.
can learn from. But we'd love for the community to be helping us with that, with giving us this game I played, and here's something they do really well in
Right,
terms of feedback,
exactly.
whether it's sounds or effects or HUD or anything like that's a great area. Like we know that there's a lot we can still do to improve that. I think that's an area that we really haven't. I mean, that's a polish area that's really important, but that at this point in the project we haven't been able to really focus on yet.
Yeah.
So
That wasn't so bad. It's almost painless.
That was easier than the other one. Actually.
Let's see here. Scratch wants to know, when can we expect brightness and contrast options?
That's a good question. I guess we need to figure that out. Unfortunately, it seems like it's always more painful than it should be for us to add those kinds of options to our graphics menu, so we'll have to look at that.
Any changes with 411 at all, maybe?
I don't know. So I don't have a good answer for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something that we will look at. Adrian UT said UT4 will have UI for advanced. Oh, will UT4 have advanced UI key binding? Advanced UI for key binding. Sorry.
I guess I don't know what you're looking for. So we do have a lot of key binding options right now. We don't have. I wouldn't say our key binding menu is great yet, but I guess I would like to know.
Probably like for piping and stuff. Is that what they're looking for? I don't
So
know.
yeah, I don't currently expect us to support
Yeah, he does mention
piping.
piping.
Macros.
I mean, that's macros. I mean, that's just. I mean, if we want people to combine stuff like that, then we should provide it as an input option itself, as opposed to having these kind of advanced cheats that aren't visible to most people. I mean, that's. Yeah.
Oh, I know that somebody had said, hey, before we had this little thing that popped up and you could put in all these different keybinds, but that was actually a mod from the community. Somebody had made that keybinder that you could go in and just check a bunch of buttons and everything like that. But there was.
I bet that those probably some of that is that we haven't exposed stuff, because if they, I wouldn't be surprised. I know that there's options for control that we've. I don't know. I guess I'd have to know more about the specifics to be able to really.
My preference would always be to, if you're able to do it, we want to give you a specific keybind for it, not make it a hidden feature that other people don't know about that gives you an advantage.
I mean, yeah. I mean, to me,
I remember
something
back in
like,
the day, like every key was bound.
yeah. But, I mean, the whole
Too much.
rocket jump. You have one key that does look down 90, jump, shoot, and then look back up. That's. I mean, if we wanted people to play the game that way, then we would just provide that as a one key. But I mean, I think most people would agree that that's kind of lame and kind of takes away from the whole skill of learning how to do that kind of move. So. Yeah, so
shock ball, switch to sniper rifle, shoot at target, switch back to
yeah.
shock, hit the combo, all in one key press.
Yeah.
So actually, this one might be a little, not really controversial, but very hard to answer. Histortion would like to know, what kind of mods are we looking for the marketplace?
Yes.
Yes.
That's a really good question. I mean, unfortunately, really, our ability right now with outside of obviously maps and characters and maps and art, we don't have a completely fleshed out solution for real mods, because Blueprint mods we can do, but they have some limitations, and then C++ mods really will have to be carefully vetted by us and kind of integrating the game, but still quite feasible. So given that, I think that probably for the marketplace, you'd be what we're probably going to be initially looking at for is kind of larger scale polished mods that really stand alone and kind of are kind of worthy of the effort it's going to take right now to initially put stuff on the marketplace.
So more like on the scale of a game type instead of just
a game
mutator.
type, or Chaos UT, that kind of thing, like something
Yes.
that's a real
Something other than just a simple mutator, which you can still do, but probably won't be in the marketplace for a while.
Yeah. Although if you make a simple mutator that everybody in the world wants to play, then you can still.
Yes.
Big head.
Well, we're gonna have that. I don't
Big
think
head
that-
and fat
I don't think
boy.
the
Fat boy.
community doesn't really need to make those for us. We'll get those in pretty soon. Those are.
All right, we're just going to do one last question, and this guy actually has quite a few, but we'll get these to them next time. But the last one is kind of interesting. Is where's the weather on the maps? Why isn't it raining?
Oh, that is
or
an interesting
snowing?
question. I mean, we've really only meshed out a small handful of maps. We are still working on developing those environment sets. I mean, this is more of a Sydney or Rick question, but I'll answer best of my ability.
I will say you should take a look at the screenshot or the concept.
See, you went there. I wasn't going to go there.
No, we already put it out, and there was.
I know. Yeah.
Let's take a look.
Looked like there's some weather in that one.
Maybe so.
Of course, that's just a paint over, so who knows?
But I mean, typically what we end up doing is we'll create a mesh set that's follows a specific theme, and then we'll find different ways to use that. And so it's usually like night, day, cold, warm, weather, not weather, all those sorts of things. And so as we start to develop our library of maps, more of that stuff will come up.
And also having effects artists and tech artists on our team.
That's always a big thing.
Yeah, so if you guys know anybody out there who could, put a little bit of weather in some of the community maps that are out there, maybe we can start working together. It's all learning for everybody, right?
Yeah.
We're also,
This new
we're also
engine.
hiring. If we have pro level tech artists or FX artists, we are hiring for that for the UT team. You can go to the Epic Games.
EpicGames.com/careers.
Yep.
Absolutely.
We need you.
We definitely need people, so yeah, go check it out if you. I know a lot of guys out there have a lot of talent, but they're really busy right now. And also go check out Chaos. They're doing some things.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you follow us on Twitter, we've been trying to keep up with their tweets and retweeting them when we can. But they're doing some really cool stuff, so make sure you check it out.
Yeah.
I think they had the bastard sword in.
Oh, really?
They posted a shot of it in the weapons forum, and it was looking really, really fun. Really
Yes.
cool.
Brought back memories.
Look forward to seeing what they got coming next.
The proxy mines. I may have been the voices for that. Have I said that before? I think I have.
Yeah. What's your
I don't know that.
All right, if that's all we have for this week, we will get to more of your questions probably next week, because after that we're going to be taking a break for 2 weeks
A little bit. Yeah.
holidays?
for the holidays. So I will try to get more of your questions. The thread is still up. I'm getting near the end, but I'll try to get in as many questions as we can, and then we'll start a new one for next year, so we can answer your questions. Tomorrow they're going to talk about the Game Jam. I think Chance is away. Is that right?
No, he's back tomorrow.
Oh, Chance is back. So Chance will be here in his plaid shirt, just back from Seattle. So
Eating dumplings.
yes, eating dumplings and
Oh.
reading
Made me
cat
very
magazines.
jealous. Is that
So
my
good.
favorite dumpling place?
Yeah, I've never been there. I want to go there. Everybody's always posting pictures from there. But yeah, so they're going to talk Game Jam. They'll be announce the theme tomorrow. I'm sure it's probably has something to do with the holiday. I don't know. But check that out and make sure to join us next week, last week before a 2-week break. So make sure you join us. We'll see
Sexy
you.
Mickey Biddles.
Mickey
I
Biddles.
promise.